Happy Friday to you. Except when you're watching this, it's probably not Friday, but today is Friday over here at my house, and I slept in this morning, and then I decided I actually have time to film a video, so I'm going to take you guys along with me for the day. I have it all planned out of what I need to get accomplished, and you're just along for the ride. But it's beautiful and sunny outside. It has been so cold. Yesterday we actually had snow on the ground, and today it's all melted. It's only 35 right now, but the day is supposed to warm up. It is just seriously such a gorgeous day, especially after the last week we've had with the cold. You can see the snow right down there. That's what we have left, but it is melting. We have birds in the tree. It is a beautiful day. Although I wish I was saying that we were going outside today, we're not. But I do have plans for us today. So a couple videos ago, I had mentioned that I am trying to get all my spring cleaning done now. That way, when it is warm, we can just be outside enjoying the warmth and the sun. So today I'm trying to wrap up what I have left of spring cleaning. My friend Alexis, she's having a garage sale in a couple weeks, asked if I wanted to do it. I said yes, I love participating in garage sales. So this is like a good kick in the butt to get my spring cleaning done. 3 areas left upstairs, which is the kitchen, the back entryway, and the spare bedroom, which is my least favorite place ever to declutter, besides the basement. So that is what I'm doing today. And you might be thinking, Summer, didn't you just do this not so long ago? Yes, my life works in a rotation, and every 6 months I declutter my entire house. I declutter it going into spring, and I declutter it going into winter. It's just a good time for me to first clean everything and then get rid of stuff that I no longer want or no longer use, and allow somebody else to get some joy out of it. Oh, and I feel like I should just address this now, because if I don't, I know someone's gonna ask. So my kitchen cabinets. A lot of people wonder when or if I'm gonna redo these, and the answer is yes. I do have somewhat of a plan, but not a definite plan of what I'm gonna do. And on top of it, this is just such a high traffic area that I have to know that I'm gonna knock it out in a week, because it's gonna be a lot. And so I just have not been ready to take on this project. It is April 1st, and I still have my Christmas decor up. So if I want spring to get here, this needs to come down. And then other than that, it's just a bunch of things like need wiped off the walls from when I wash my dishes. So I guess let's get to it. Someone's driving by suspiciously slow. When I clean, I always work top to bottom, inside to out. So I'm gonna start with this cupboard, because this is the cupboard I always start with, because this cupboard and the cupboard right below it are my messiest cupboards in my kitchen. Up here, these I go through and take everything out. This just holds things like marshmallows and popcorn and extra condiments. And then this stuff just all needs organized. Our supplements are down here. Hey Jay, if you're watching this, we have extra horseradish sauce up here in the container. So, just so you know. This would be a good example of why I go through these every 6 months. So these are dead bugs that have been chilling with my popcorn. And this gives me a good chance to wipe this out and make sure these things are all good still. So one thing I like to do when I am cleaning out a space is I like to restock everything. So this is my sugar. I also realize this is my last bag of sugar. So then I also make a list of all the things that I'm running out of. That way I know like to pick some up next time I'm at the store. This also gives me a good opportunity to see things that I forgot that I have. Like I forgot that we had that horseradish sauce up there for Jay to use. And then down here, I start piles. So this is stuff that I know I'm just not gonna use. And then I start a pile of things that I'm keeping, but just need to go in a different area. and besides the countertop, but I will do that all at one time, and I'll also wipe down the outsides of these at one time. We are nice and organized. These are all things that I will actually use and want in here. Got rid of half a bag, well, I mean like a quarter bag full of trash. These are things that are going to go down to the basement because they're like things I don't use often. These are really only things I use like during Thanksgiving. And over here, this is the pile of stuff that needs to go in the pantry, but for now, I'm putting everything over here so I can organize it and put it in there how I want it to go. Before we continue on, we need to eat because it is noon and I'm starving. I have not eaten since breakfast, which I would like to thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring today's video. So I just tried Magic Spoon for the first time a week ago, and I'm convinced that it's like the next best thing since sliced bread. So this is my favorite cereal that I have had from them so far. This is the fruity flavor, and we all know how much sugar cereal has, and each one of Magic Spoon's cereals have 0 grams of sugar, 140 calories per serving, 4 net carbs, 13 to 14 grams of protein. It's also keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, low carbs. When it comes to cereal for me in the morning, besides on Saturdays, that's the only day that like I'll splurge with having sugar. So like last week, for example, I had cinnamon rolls, but during the week, I do not have any sugar in the morning. I have found for me having sugar in the morning can lead to me feeling anxious and just not starting my day on a good note with my diet. And so I don't have any sugary breakfasts during the week, but when I have this, I'm still allowed to have kind of that like fun feeling of eating cereal and feeling like I'm eating something junky, but it's not. So if you use the code summgoodstuff at checkout, it gets you $5 off an order. I'll also leave the link down below if that's easier for you to use. But they do have a money-back guarantee, so if there's any reason you don't like their product, they will refund you with no questions asked. But I'm telling you, if you are a person that likes the good old sugary cereals, you will not be disappointed because this is so stinking good. Like I had mentioned earlier, I like to go through things and restock things. And really the nice thing about it is, yes, it takes me a little more time while I'm doing my cleaning, but it saves me so much more time later. Rather than, for example, I'm going to be refilling my spices here in a second. Rather than filling one here and then another one a couple weeks later, I do it all at once. Then I can refill them all again, and it just saves me so much time, especially while I'm cooking. I don't have to like look for the refill and fill it. This is my little spice cabinet, and I have everything in these bottles just because it is so much easier for me to determine what I have by like lifting these up rather than searching through a bunch of bottles that look like this and then they're all different sizes. So I went ahead and pulled out all my spices that I know I had restocks for. So I need to, just like top off my cinnamon. So paprika is something that I love to use when I make like homemade French fries or what are they called? Sweet potato fries. Paprika, does it even have a taste? Does it even have a smell? Can we even associate it with anything? Because like garlic powder, for example, I can tell you like what it tastes like. I could pick it out of anything. Paprika, I swear, is just there for looks. So much better. And do you know how many times I've cleaned out this cupboard? And today is the day I noticed this message, which is somebody's PIN number, 4047. Out this whole side of the kitchen and got rid of a few things. So I got rid of some trash. This came with our little toaster oven, and I've never once looked in it for a recipe, so the reality is I'm not going to. Then I went through all my dish towels and pulled out the ones that just are really stained. I have too many dish towels, and when I open it, I always have to like shove things to the side to fit another one in when they're clean. So these I'm going to use for when I do furniture projects, because I always need a staining rag, and those I don't wash out, mainly because I'm not going to put that through my washing machine. So these will just go out to the garage and eventually be cut up into little squares. I'm getting rid of 2 wooden spoons. And then I have this set of bowls. There's 4 bowls here that are all different sizes. These are a wedding gift, but I didn't register for them, and I've actually never used them once. Actually, I think I used them one time for my 4th of July party last year, and that was it. I just can't hold on to things that I know I'm not going to use. It's been 5 years and I've used these one time, and it happened to be like an event I was hosting, and I do not host events much because our house is so small. So anyway, these are going to the donate box. Just got done cleaning the side of the kitchen, and these are all things that I'm going to bring to the garage sale. I just don't need a bunch of these cups. I have 2 of them, and I'm the only one that uses them, so I can get rid of 2 of those. A little steaming basket and some other things. This is trash. Here, I'm going to show you guys the difference of if you keep things in boxes versus if you don't. So right now in this box, I have extra heads to my dishwasher thing. Like, this is what it looks like if you keep the box, and obviously I can move it to a different area, but I'm going to show you what it looks like if you take things out of the box. And that's what it looks like out of the box. So just so much more room. I can see what I have. I don't have to question what's in the box. Anyway, I highly recommend taking things out of the box, even like food and stuff. I even take my granola bars out of the box, or at least cut off like the tabs of where you open it, so these like flaps, and then it just makes it look so much better than all these like flaps sticking up. Because for me, when there's clutter, it just brings me stress, and I want my house to be a stress-free place for me. And like I said, it may not cause you stress to have things in the boxes or these tabs like sticking out, but it does for me. And if this, I guess, tip helps even one of you, then great. Nothing is worse. It's when you film something and your camera was not even going. But I decided to sit down for a minute and clean out my little mailbox. This I got at a garage sale one time, but it holds like my stamps, address, labels, envelopes, gift certificates, and then I also keep receipts in here that I need to hold on to for a while. One thing that I try really hard at is not holding on to papers I don't need. So I don't keep like birthday cards, I don't keep receipts longer than I need them for. Bills, like once they're paid, it goes. So I just went through my receipts. I keep an envelope of receipts for a while, and then I sit down and go through them. So these now can all be thrown away. And then I went through and made a list of what I have left to do in the kitchen. I thought I was almost done, and I am definitely not. I still need to wipe down the walls, counters, and cupboards, run the dishwasher, clean out the fridge, clean the outside of the fridge, sweep, steam mop, wash the windows, clean the kitchen table, and vacuum out the benches, and then clean the dust off the bottom of those. I need to clean out the oven, the air fryer, clean the microwave, the garbage can, and I need to wash the rug. So I'm like nowhere near being done. Well, it was time to clean out the refrigerator. Look at that. So this is definitely going to the trash. We're at like almost a full bag of trash. Isn't that insane? And then I wanted to show you the easiest way that I have found to clean out the microwave. Yes, we use a microwave. So if you put like a glass measuring cup of water in here, and this is just the best way I have found to clean it, and then I run it for 5 minutes. It's probably longer than needed, but that will eventually boil and put steam all over in the microwave, making it super easy to wipe out, which we keep our microwave pretty darn clean. We use a cover, a glass cover, and then are just really good about wiping up splinters. Ooh, right away. stop that for a second. So we have a glass oven top. I wish I had a gas stove so bad, but it's just not what we have. So this is how I always clean it. There is some burnt stuff that I just cannot get off, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. But I always spray it down with my thieves cleaner to get it wet. And then I take dishwasher powder, and this is just the dishwasher detergent from Thrive Market. It's my favorite, and it is clean. And then I just sprinkle this all over the oven. It's kind of messy. It's not very fun to do, but it needs cleaned really bad. And then I take lemon essential oil, and lemon essential oil is super acidic. I mean, lemon in general is. And so I put a few drops of this around, and then I take one of these little scrubbers and just real slow. I scrub it kind of spinning in a circle. If you go too fast, it flies everywhere. And then once I'm done doing that, I just take a warm washcloth and I wipe it all up, and you have to do it like 6 times to get it all up. But it leaves it pretty clean other than these burnt spots I can't get off. About cleaning your kitchen is it is an all-day adventure. There's just so many spots that need wiped down, especially when you're spring cleaning. You just kind of do it literally all. So next I'm gonna wipe down my walls. So I like to wipe down my walls at least twice a year. 1, because we live on gravel, so there's tons of dust that gets on the wall. 2, it's covered in fly poop everywhere, and that's just normal. And then 3, when I don't have allergies, but it helps with like allergies and just getting allergens out of the air, and just the overall like the stuff that you breathe into your lungs. I just use this Thieves Cleaner by Young Living, which is the cleaner that I use for everything in my house. My windows, my walls, my counters, my floors, everything. Carpets. So I just pour a little bit in. You can measure it if you want, but I don't. And then I'm just gonna add some hot water to this. And I am always completely amazed of when I do this. My water will be like a mucky brown color by the time I'm done. So I'm going to go through and wipe down all the walls top to bottom, as well as the cupboards, the top cupboards, bottom cupboards, and then like anything I see in between. And then I will show you how nasty this water is. Oh, and I also do the baseboards. Tell you guys what, I am tired. Doing a whole room like this, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of work going through every single thing. Let me show you how gross the water is from cleaning my walls. It's super murky, and you can just see all this stuff floating in the water. This is why you should wash your walls. The kitchen is done. It looks so much better. Things are nice and organized and just decluttered. Got rid of a ton of things that we just don't use. Here is the pile of trash that I got rid of. This whole bag is probably 3/4 filled with trash. And then this is stuff that like needs to be dumped out in the field and then recycled. And then over here in the living room, we have this sign that I'm getting rid of, as well as this entire box of stuff. It's all stuff that will be going. The room is complete. All I have left now is that back entryway, the spare bedroom, and then the entire basement. But it feels good to almost be done with the upstairs. If you are in a rut, I highly recommend just trying to get up, declutter something, get rid of some stuff, clean some stuff. I know for me, it just does so much for me mentally, just to come home to a clean space and not be cluttered with the things that I don't use or don't want or don't bring me happiness. I just feel like we live in such a world where we consume so much, and not saying I don't consume things, because I definitely do. I mean, I love thrift shopping and stuff like that, but I do try to do a good job of going through my stuff and kind of swapping out things that just are not doing it for me. I guess I challenge you to go through each room of your house and get rid of 10 things from each room, and just see how much better you feel just by doing that. So with that being said, I will see you guys in next week's video.